Tune in to Basement Talk. I'm your host, Riz the King.
You gonna get this man to say something stupid. This is G-Ray coming out of St. Louis. Look at my phone. It's an argument about LeBron. Man, I'm telling you. So this is real life for me.
Basement Talk, we here. I'm your man, Riz the King with...
What's up, it's G.
4-0. I predicted 4-1. What did you predict?
Sweet.
So guess what? You was right. Now, how did it actually happen with the... Like, every game? Like, what happened? So,
they got their ass beat every game.
every game?
Every game.
Wasn't no close games?
The first game was close. The first game was close.
First game was close.
But I'm unlike other people. I don't blame J.R. Smith for the loss. I put that on. They was going to lose the game either way.
They might have. We don't know.
Now, they reversed the call, if you remember. They reversed the charge call
Which
to a
actually
block.
was a block for me.
It was a block. Now,
Super block.
what you've been seeing out in the media is that it wasn't the referees had no right to go under the hood or look at the camera and look at the video and reverse the call. Yes, they did. It's been in a rule change since 2013. Man, don't ever walk in front of our broadcast like that.
I don't know why he did.
Game one. So, yeah, I feel like the block charge call, that was a good call. I don't blame the refs. It's within the rules of the NBA that they have the ability, the refs have the authority to look in that call specifically to determine whether the call is right or not.
But
so they didn't do anything illegal.
I think that's a little bit different than the rule. The rules say your feet got to be within the line. So he was nowhere near the line. I think what happened was they both had different calls, and to make sure they got the call right, they ran to the booth. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? But the way they did it, quote unquote, was actually wrong. You know what I'm saying? But they got to the right answer.
They got to the right resolution. It was a block.
Right.
They confirmed it was a block.
And that's all I feel.
It's unprecedented, but I mean that's just the way it worked out. Not to go back too far, but we all remember the fumble play, Oakland versus New England. None of us thought that there was a tuck rule. We never heard that term before. But they went under the hood. They determined it was a rule that they could enforce in the game. They changed the call. That's what happens in sports. So I think JR took way too much flack for losing that game. He didn't lose the game. He made a bonehead decision.
My number one person who gets flack, who obviously nobody talks about, is George Hill. You a grown man.
Right.
You went to the free throw line. You blundered the free throw. Why does he get the pass? Everybody like, oh, well, you talking about J.R. Smith. Nobody gives George Hill no flack.
He doesn't get a pass. He missed a free throw. Free throws get missed. He wasn't a clutch player at that time.
I know, but guess what?
That's fine.
If anybody's missing that free throw and J.R. don't get the rebound, guess who's getting talked about? The person that missed that free throw.
Missed the free throw.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So like J.R. became that easy scapegoat because one, he an idiot. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's an idiot.
He is.
And he did what he did was pretty stupid.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
is it JR's fault that they lost?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Right. So I
hate if anybody think it's JR's fault they lost, please comment and let me know. Because guess what? I'm gonna call you wrong.
And I'm gonna second that motion. It's not JR's fault they lost the game. The game was tied. You go into an overtime session, your leader can lead you to a W at that point. We ain't even I don't even want to go that far on LeBron. Game 2.
No. LeBron don't get no pass. He don't get no pass neither. LeBron who?
LeBron James.
You like saying his name, don't you?
No.
I see you cut your beard off. You used to have your beard just like him. After he lost, magically your beard is gone.
It wasn't just
y'all had the same strong beard.
No.
They came all the way around.
I'm older than LeBron. He had his beard like mine.
This man is on the sideline pouting. He's pouting. 33-year-old man with grown kids is pouting because of whatever happened. Wasn't no timeout call, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's hard for me to be like LeBron. Like, you're okay. It's okay to do that.
But he's a human at the end of the day. He has 51, 8, and 8. I understand.
He had 49 at the time.
49 at the time, okay. I understand his expression of emotion, that he was frustrated on the court, where I thought it was weak and unacceptable. You don't go back to the huddle and sit up, and your man,
what I'm talking about.
He came, JR didn't hide from him.
No, he sat right
next to him,
right.
And you sit down and you ain't got nothing to say to nobody in the huddle, and you still pouting and you still...
Except Tyron.
You still got an attitude? Like, I don't appreciate that out of him. I'm not a LeBron guy, though. I have admitted it several times. I'm not a LeBron guy. I'm not a Bron-sexual. I'm heterosexual. So, if you're looking for sympathy from LeBron, for LeBron from me, it's not happening, ever. So.
And I'm in the middle on LeBron, and I can still say that move was weak as shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it at all.
And this is supposedly the game that once they got back into the locker room, he decided to get real tough with the blackboard, resulting in a injured hand. So
we'll touch on that in a minute. We ain't get there yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So game one, whatever, overtime happens, boom, they lose, they down,
Right.
they down 0-1. When I said they could win 4-1, that was the type of game I thought that they could win. You know what I'm saying? They would get one of them and then be, swept the rest of the series. But
Right.
that one they got, they found a way to mess it up too. So that's why I feel like they would have.
So game 2, what we going on?
Game 2, I mean, the score was, Golden State blew them out. I mean, that was just Golden State, everybody getting busy, shooting like crazy. I mean, that was typical.
So Golden State blew their ass out. They was
Game
better.
2. Of course, they are better.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So that one ain't much to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
So
Whatever.
game 3.
Blowout. Game 3, the game was close. Game 3, the game was very close. Like
Okay.
I think like 3 minutes left. It was either tie or Cleveland was winning.
So you had a good game. Okay.
So the game is close, which means, guess what? The game is that close, 3 minutes left. Your teams ain't that bad. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Your
Exactly.
teams are close 2 out
They're
of
good
3
enough.
games.
They're good enough to
They're
compete.
good enough to compete that much. So I hate the narrative that everybody want to say that Cleveland was not a good enough team to be there.
Right.
They was there, and they
Right.
got close 2 out of the first 3 games. Very close. So whatever happened after that is what happened, but don't nobody tell me the teams ain't. I mean, Durant hit some shots.
Game 3, is that the game Steph hit 9 threes, or was that game 2?
No, that was game 2 when they went crazy.
9 threes from Steph broke the NBA record.
Game 2.
We got to throw that in there. Steph broke an NBA record, 9 threes in game 2.
Yeah.
Okay, game 3 is the terrible Steph game.
Terrible stuff.
2 for 15, something like that.
Terrible.
And he had a clutch 3 at the end, but he had a horrible game. Durant carried them.
Durant
pretty
had
much the whole game.
43, 45.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Knocks another 3 in LeBron's mouth. Or no, I'm sorry. I take that back. It wasn't in his mouth. He was 35 feet from the basket.
No, it wasn't his mouth because they came and set a half screen. Like it wasn't no full screen. And LeBron didn't.
Did LeBron fight through it?
No, he didn't try to fight
Oh,
through it.
okay.
No, he didn't
So-
fight through that one.
But Durant pulls up 35 feet from the basket, right?
Yeah, up by 2, and then boom. Well, up by 3,
All right.
2, right.
All right. So game 3.
So game 3 was close up until Kevin Durant hitting that shot.
And then Durant took it to another level and won the game basically for Golden State.
Yeah, he won the game because guess what? Nobody else had close to 20 points.
Right.
Kevin Durant had 43. Everybody else had like 8 or 11. You know what I'm saying?
Let me stop you right there. Like, I want to emphasize, I'm not a LeBron apologist. Even though I feel this way about LeBron, he still brought it every single game. So you got to give LeBron his respect. He's the number 1 option on a team that made it to the finals. But this whole notion that they didn't stand a chance, they couldn't compete, there was no way in hell they were going to win, is completely false. ESPN runs that. Fox Sports runs that. Nicole Wright is the leading, or Nick Wright, excuse me, is the leading cheerleader for that type of talk. So I just want y'all to understand that that was a false narrative. The team, Cleveland, is not that great, but they're not a horrible team that in no possible way could compete. Yes, they could.
And then after game 3, there was a big press conference that came out.
Right.
LeBron gave his press conference down 3-0. All he wanted to talk about was how great Golden State team is and how ungood his team is.
Well, that's typical
On the
LeBron.
slide. He was saying stuff like, they got talented players. We don't have talent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I like playing with people who have great IQ. Golden State has great IQ. So he's like shooting down his team like to the point to where it's like, dang,
But
bro,
is
I'm
that
on your
not,
team.
is
How
that
you
not
feel about
typical
that?
LeBron to you, though? He controls the media.
Of
He
course.
controls the narrative.
And that's why I'm here to set the narrative straight. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? We want
right.
to set the narrative straight.
It's like you damn near, you got to give him props for it, though. Because
He called it
listen,
that.
he is great. He's the all-time best at it.
He might be better at changing the narrative than he is at playing basketball.
He
Because
might be.
It's
He
saying
might
a lot.
be. He does these things. LeBron, people don't talk about his intelligence. Some people think he's just a big dumb jock who doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Every interview, every
move is
question,
calculated.
everything. We sitting up here right now. You turn on ESPN today. Where's LeBron going? What's this? What's that? He knows exactly what he's doing.
And that's what brings us to basically what happened in Game 4. Because so basically when he gave the interview to me, he had already tapped out.
Right.
But so before Game 4 to me,
Right.
he tapped out. And I was
It's not
like,
winnable.
Right.
The series is not winnable.
He basically already folded to the media and to everybody.
Right.
So then come Game 4 or whatever. If you watch the game, you know what I'm saying, you can tell that like he wasn't really into it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really trying that hard.
Passive.
He's just very passive and just wasn't aggressive at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they go up, they lose, whatever. Everybody's saying he gave up. Some people say that, whatever. I feel like he quit before the game even started. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, now you got Golden State wins 4-0, blah blah blah. They get blown out by 23, game 4. Now you got the press conference. All of a sudden, now you got the man showing up out of nowhere with Michael Jackson glove on, out of nowhere. Where'd this come from? Now the story got leaked. All of a sudden that he punched the whiteboard because he was mad at game 1 and broke his hand. And he said in the interview, "I basically played with a broke hand for the last 3 games."
That's LeBron controlling the narrative. It's championship night. One team has just won a championship on his floor. The Cavaliers didn't win a game in the series. LeBron is such a powerful star. What does he do? He comes out with this glove on because he knows if this hits the next morning on SportsCenter, people
it's gonna overshadow.
They're gonna say Golden
loss.
Right. They're gonna say Golden State won, but they're gonna be like, what happened to LeBron?
Yeah.
That's the weakest move in history. I ain't never seen Kevin Durant going to Golden State. This is weaker than that.
This is pretty bad.
Don't tell me you hurt. That wearing that glove for 10 minutes in a press conference is not gonna do nothing that waiting 10 minutes answering them questions and going home couldn't have did. He could have put that glove on after the press conference. We don't need to know that your hand is sore. His hand ain't broke.
It's a hand contusion.
It's a contusion. You can get that in a fist fight with somebody. A mild fist fight.
You can get that from a mosquito bite.
Right. He got a sore hand. This man out here with a glove on, like he been shot. It's the excuse. I hate this from him. I don't like it's weak. Because 10 years from now, 15 years from now, people gonna look at that news conference and they haven't watched the game like me and you who lived it. They gonna see my man's was out there with a messed up hand.
And he still had 24.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta give him a pass on that because he was injured the whole time.
Yeah. So I mean, the biggest thing about LeBron is not only does he control the narrative, like he controls it to the point to where it becomes undefendable from people like me who in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle.
Right.
I can't defend that. You know what I'm saying?
When you put all this stuff together, his dramatic, when he falls, that I swear when he gets a little contact on the court, he blows himself onto the floor. He rockets himself onto the court as if somebody didn't hurt him for real. No, it don't. You don't lightly touch a man that's 6'9", 206 and he throw himself onto. Do you remember a couple years ago when he threw himself out of bounds and he scratched his head?
He dove into the camera.
Right. And the camera scratched his head. The scratch that he still has today.
Yeah.
He laid on the floor as if he was dying of cancer for about 15 minutes.
He was trying to get that flagrant.
Right. But he was fine. A scratch.
Yeah. But that is the NBA today. It's not that tough.
The biggest punk move of all time.
So you got the greatest player, quote unquote, from what everybody's trying to say.
Right.
In this era is quite possibly the softest.
At the same time.
Which shows me that obviously the NBA is pretty soft right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the way around it's pretty soft.
And that's what people don't understand. The rules were changed in 2002, I believe, to make this game a more pleasant game to watch. More offense, up and down. There were actual rule changes put into the NBA, no hand checking. They did not want the thuggery and the physical nature of basketball to carry over into this new millennium. And it worked.
It worked.
You have a more open game, and don't get it twisted. I love today's game. I love the free flowing nature of today's game. But there is virtually no physicality in the game. None.
No, man, you got a couple cats that push around, but it ain't like I used to.
Draymond Green pushes somebody occasionally, and he lost his mind kicking people in the nuts. But there's no physicality in it. There's nobody you have to answer to if you go to the cup and you try and dunk the ball.
No. But so all in all, we got to hear Golden State 4-0. That's the finals.
Dynasty.
That's what happened.
Dynasty.
The dynasty is in.